Welcome back, everyone, and I hope you don't unsubscribe. Don't unsubscribe because I am so sorry. First things first, get out all my apologies because goddamn, I keep on skipping out on you guys. I don't record new videos, and I don't know why. Yes, I do. That's a fucking lie because I'm lazy, and I'm gonna try to record videos from now on. The thing is, when I was trying to record videos on my iPod, the application that I used to record the audio always got corrupted after I was finished. That pissed me off to no end. I deleted it and now I'm moving on to my laptop. Every time I make a video doing like videos, whatnot, me reading the story on the computer, I always find it to be it always comes out to be much more longer than I intended to be because then I'll have to upload it like all day and it literally takes up all day, which I don't like. I want to upload videos as much as possible but with good quality. Now my mic earpiece, I can't hear any audio on it. So that's going to be a problem with me. But the mic still works perfectly, which is good. And enough of that. I want to thank you for sticking with me, all 27 of you. Awesome people. Thank you so much. I'm gonna start doing so many things since I have so much free time now. I'm gonna start making some more music, better music, hopefully, and I'm gonna start reading more stories. It's gonna, and so you could click away and do something else while you'll still hear me. I'm gonna try to take this as slow as possible to give you guys a good narration of this, which I really want. And if you haven't already read the title, I'm gonna be reading Bubbles. I don't necessarily have the link for this story, and I truly do apologize. I've gotten some stories in the past, and I have them saved on my iPhone so I could record them later. I lost the link to them. That's my bad. Gonna be reading stories from my iPod, my notes of iPod, and if you guys find the link, thank you, and I'll put it on the description. With that being said, let's just stretch out a bit. Haven't been It's been a while since I read. Okay, and so the story starts. Bubbles. One of Derpy's favorite things to do is helping Mommy. Mommy is always running around the house and doing all kinds of things. And the house is really big. And there's all kinds of stuff inside. So Derpy gets to help a lot. Right now, Derpy wants to make muffins because they're her favorite. She even knows where the flour is. It's in one of the big cabinets in the kitchen. But when she tries to get it out of the cabinet, it gets all over because the bag is really heavy and she can't always move so good. And Mommy says, "Look at the mess you made. Go play it somewhere else." Derpy doesn't but Derpy doesn't cry or anything. But Derpy doesn't cry or anything even though Mommy was loud. Since Mommy won't let her help in the kitchen, Derpy wants to go play with Miss Sweetie. That's her favorite doll. Miss Sweetie. She's her favorite one because she's yellow and Derpy likes yellow most of all. Derpy's mane is yellow, and so is Mommy. Mommy is yellow all over. Derpy knows all the colors. She knows red, and blue, and green, and purple, and especially yellow, because that's her favorite color. Derpy hooves. That's Mommy. Derpy hopes that Mommy is gonna make muffins today. She likes muffins a whole lot. But one time she ate too many and it felt sickish. But it's okay because they're still her favorite. Muffins are the best, and Derpy likes it when she gets to eat the purple muffins. Derpy says Derpy has to stay inside most days. Mommy and Daddy say that little ponies shouldn't stay inside where they can't get lost. But sometimes they'll take her places too. Like one time they went to a place where there was lots of ponies, and some of the ponies had hats on, and some were running around with cows and things, but Derpy got scared at all. The ponies and started crying, so they had to leave, but she didn't really want to. One time they took Derpy to school, too. She was a different School was a different big house with lots of other little ponies like her. Not big ones like Mommy and Daddy. There was there was a pony there who was big and looked like Daddy, but it wasn't Daddy. But Derpy still wasn't scared either. Everyone was talking all over and Derpy got really excited and wanted to talk too. But Derpy couldn't talk so good. But it's okay because everyone was happy. Then later every pony got quiet, and the big pony was saying things, and Derpy wanted to say stuff too. But he said, no talking in class. So Derpy tried not to say things, but it was a long time. And sometimes she forgot, and then she had an accident on herself, and that made her cry. And everyone got loud again. Derpy didn't really like school, but it's okay because she gets to stay inside now. Daddy isn't home most of the time, but she likes when Daddy comes home because Daddy isn't loud like Mommy. Daddy teaches Derpy things too, like colors. Daddy says Derpy is a Pegasus pony because she has wings. Someday, Daddy always says he'll teach Derpy how to fly. Daddy said the most Pegasus ponies live in the sky, but Derpy doesn't live in the sky because she can't fly. Derpy can't fly because she can't always move so good, and sometimes she can't see so good either. But someday, maybe Derpy will fly like Mommy and Daddy can, and everyone can go live up in the sky with the other Pegasus ponies. He says up to the sky is where they make rainbows, and Derpy wants to see all those rainbows. She'll tell Daddy all the colors she learned if she can talk good by then. Daddy says Derpy is a Pegasus pony, but Mommy says Derpy is retarded. But Daddy never told Derpy what that is. Derpy really likes when Daddy comes home because Daddy is nice and plays with Derpy and talks to Derpy. But Mommy always says, Derpy, go play somewhere else. Mommy is always doing things like cleaning and things, and even though Derpy tries to help, she makes a mess sometimes because she can't move so good. And Mommy cries sometimes too. And then Mommy has to take medicine to make her stop crying. Derpy sometimes, but she doesn't need medicine. But today, Mommy is happy, and Daddy is happy, and Miss Sweetie is happy. And when Derpy smells muffin smell, Derpy gets really happy. Derpy runs really fast to the kitchen. She brings Miss Sweetie too, because Miss Sweetie likes muffins, but not as much as Derpy does. As she finds muffins there, Mommy says, sit down over there, Derpy. And she does. Derpy puts Miss Sweetie down on the table. She can't eat muffins while she's holding Miss Sweetie, and also Miss Sweetie tastes a little like yuck anyway. But mommy grabs Miss Sweetie and throws her into the other room. Derpy wants to get Miss Sweetie, but mommy pulls Derpy back, and it hurts kinda. And mommy says, "No, sit down." Derpy gets mad and swings her hoof at mommy, but mommy hits Derpy in her face, and Derpy starts to cry. Then mommy puts lots of muffins down on the table and says, "Be quiet, Derpy. Look, muffins!" And mommy is smiling, so Derpy doesn't cry, and she gets muffins. So it's okay. Mommy pushes all the muffins in front of Derpy and says, "Have as many as you like." And Derpy gets one really fast. They aren't the purple ones, but she still likes them anyway. She eats a whole muffin all the way and then gets another one. But she can't finish that one all the way because she already feels a little sickish. And the muffins don't taste as good as the purple ones. Mommy says, "What's wrong? You're not done already? Are you? Can't you finish at least one more?" And she pushed a muffin in front of Derpy. But Derpy is already sickish. So she wants to go play with Miss Sweetie now. Derpy tries to play with Miss Sweetie, but she feels really sickish. Now she just now she just takes Miss Sweetie over by the window and watches the sky. Derpy says the sky color is blue, and she can see all the clouds and stuff, and even some Pegasi pony, but not any rainbows. Derpy says, Daddy comes home when the sky is all orange, but Derpy can't see him because she's lying down by the window. Because she feels really sickish, and her belly hurts really bad. She can't even squeeze Miss Sweetie because her belly hurts. And Daddy comes over and nuzzles her and says, "Sweetie, are you okay?" But Derpy doesn't say anything, and she can't cry either, even though it hurts so bad. When Daddy gets loud and Mommy gets loud, but Derpy keeps looking out the window. But then Daddy picks up Derpy and goes outside really fast. It hurts so much that she doesn't cry now, and she wants Miss Sweetie, but she's still inside the house. Daddy puts Derpy in her cart and ties her. Let me read that again. Daddy puts Derpy in her cart and ties her so she doesn't climb out, but she doesn't want to climb out anyway. Derpy takes her to a place she's never been before, and lots of big ponies in white hats and a staff are around and carrying her all over, and it really hurts her belly. Daddy is still there too. Even though she can't see good right now, they put Derpy on a bed, and it's really cold, and she's crying, and one of the big ponies is making her eat something, and Daddy says, "Sweetie, you're gonna be okay, alright? Just take this medicine. It'll be okay, I promise." And she eats the medicine because Daddy says to. Mommy takes medicine and it makes Mommy stop crying. So maybe this medicine will make Derpy stop crying. But it's not working now though. Derpy gets really tired and scared and hurting and all kinds of stuff happening, and she can't remember too good or see too good either. But she remembers Daddy is there, and then she wakes up and it doesn't hurt so much more. Daddy is by the bed and it's all bright and white inside, and she can see Daddy because her eyes aren't bad right now. And she says, how do you feel? And he says, how do you feel, sweetie? Daddy is gray colored. And Derpy says, sweetie, because that's one of the words she can say good. Daddy nuzzles Derpy in the neck and says, I love you so much. And Derpy is still really sleepy, and Daddy made her neck wet because he was crying all over. Daddy got to stay in the new place for lots of days, and so did Daddy. Oh, my bad. Derpy gets to stay in the new place for lots of days, and so did Derpy, Daddy, but not Mommy. There were lots of big ponies, and even some little ponies, and they were all nice to Derpy, and she didn't break anything or make a mess the whole time while she was there. So it was really fun. But Derpy said it was time to go home, so they did. When Mommy saw Derpy, she squeezed Derpy and said lots of things. Then everyone, Mommy and Derpy and Daddy and Derpy spent all day together. They played together all day, and everyone was really happy and saying lots of stuff. And they even had muffins again. They were purple this time, and Derpy really likes purple ones. And when it was time for bed, Mommy and Daddy stayed with Derpy the whole night. It was Derpy's most favorite thing. Derpy gets up really early in the morning with Mommy and Daddy because it's time for Daddy to go to work. Everyone has food all at the same time today, and Derpy isn't sleepy or anything. And when Daddy has to go, he kisses Mommy, and then he nuzzles Derpy and kisses her on the top of her head and says, be good, sweetie. Daddy loves you. And then he has to go even though she doesn't really want him to. After Daddy leaves, Derpy gets really sleepy, and she has to sleep on the floor where it's warm because the sun is in the window. Next time Derpy wakes up, because Mommy wakes her up and says, get up, Derpy. Hurry up, we're leaving. And Derpy doesn't really know what to do, but Mommy pulls her up, and Derpy grabs Miss Sweetie before they go this time. Mommy keeps pushing Derpy to move faster, but Derpy can't see good right now, and she almost falls over sometimes. Then she puts Miss Sweetie inside her car and gets in, and then Mommy starts pulling the car, even though Derpy doesn't get tired in yet. But it's okay because Derpy has Miss Sweetie, and she's really soft, and Derpy is still sleepy, so she goes to sleep on Miss Derpy for a little while. When she wakes up the next time even, it's really cold and windy because they're high up, and Derpy doesn't like going up high. Derpy gets scared when she looks outside the car because they're high. And also, Derpy doesn't know where they are anyway. Daddy usually doesn't go up high when he takes Derpy somewhere. They're up high for a long time, and Derpy starts to get really hungry. But she's scared, too. So she just lays down in the cart and squeezes Miss Sweetie. And she likes that because Miss Sweetie is warm. There's no clouds where they are, and there's no Pegasi pony, or rainbows either. Then she has an idea and thinks maybe Mommy is taking her back to the nice place that was fun, and maybe Daddy will be there too. After an even longer time, it gets warm again, and Mommy comes over and says, get up, and pulls Derpy out of the cart by her tail, and that hurts a little bit, but not too much. Derpy looks around, but it isn't the fun place. But there are lots of trees all over and some grass, and even some houses far away too. She looks at Mommy, and Mommy says, "Come here," and goes to under a really big tree and tells Derpy to sit down under the tree, and then takes a bowl out of one of her bags. Derpy is happy because she's really hungry. And then Mommy takes a bottle out and puts some stuff in the bottom. But when Derpy tries to drink the stuff, Mommy says no. So Derpy doesn't know what to do. And then Mommy takes a new thing out of her bag that's pink colored and says, "Watch this. Mommy is gonna make you some bubbles." Oh. Let me get through this. And she takes the funny looking new thing and puts it in the stuff in the bowl, and then takes it out and waves it around. And then there's bubbles. There's they float around all over Mommy. Starts laughing, and Derpy starts laughing. And she's really happy, and Mommy says, "Now you try." And puts the funny thing back in the bowl. Derpy reaches down and holds the funny thing with her teeth. That's because she can't always use her hooves so good. And then picks it up and shakes her head all over, and then there's more bubbles. Derpy laughs so much that she drops the funny thing, but Mommy just says, "Here, make some more," and puts the thing back in the bowl. Then Derpy grabs the thing again and makes more bubbles until the bubbles stop, and Derpy doesn't know what to do, but when she remembers to put the thing back in the bowl and then takes it out, and she can make more bubbles. Derpy makes bubbles until they're all over. Sometimes there's dots, and sometimes they're only not knots. Sometimes Derpy just likes to watch the bubbles instead of making more. They move really slow sometimes, and sometimes they don't move at all. But the best of all is how the bubbles all have rainbows in them. There's more colors than she's ever seen. And sometimes, when she can't see good, there's even more bubbles with even more rainbows. Dippy is still hungry, kinda, and she can't see Mommy or her car or Miss Sweetie anywhere. But that's okay because there's bubbles, and Dippy likes bubbles most of all. The sky is all orange too, so that means Daddy will be home soon, and he can make bubbles with Derpy, and they can all eat food together, and maybe Mommy and Daddy will stay with Derpy ew, all night like last time. Derpy says he'll teach Derpy how to fly, and she'll float around like the bubbles, and then her and Mommy and Derpy will be able to live up in the sky, and Mommy won't cry anymore, and there'll be rainbows, and she'll tell Daddy all the colors. Oh, I almost lost it there. Oh my god. Um, this story, every time I read it, it's just so sad. I almost lost it so many times. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this reading. God damn, this story gets me off every time. Hopefully you guys enjoy this reading. Please like and subscribe and comment for more stories to come. I'm gonna start reading multiple different ones, different genres such as score, Clop, yes, Clop, I know, and whatnot, adventure, chapters. I'm gonna try to finish other chapter stories too. But hopefully you guys enjoyed, and I'll be back with another video hopefully very soon. And I love you all, and stay toasty.